Ever get that feeling that everything's the same and that you are lost, as if there is no purpose in life? Most people live in a continuous cycle of discomfort and unfulfillment because it's much easier to turn on the TV and watch other people experience life. Finding meaning within our lives is one of the most crucial factors to a fulfilling life. It is what fuels our goals, our dreams, and aspirations that we have for ourselves in our lives. In this video, I will give you the framework to a meaningful life. And at the end of this video, I will give you a bonus tip that will help you better understand the world and what you want out of it. It is worth mentioning that I am not a licensed professional, so just take whatever you find useful and leave the rest. As a child, I wanted to be a singer. I was inspired by artists like Stevie Wonder and Billie Holiday. Music filled my life. I adored it. It was everything to me. In 3rd grade, we were asked to write about our careers. So I chose to write wanting to become a singer. So when I gave my librarian this assignment, she told me to do it over and told me that I have to pick a real career. From that moment on, I started to pursue the traditional career, but without a concrete reason for why I was striving for this particular career. By the age of 16, I began to feel lost and purposeless. I was able to change this though. After realizing this one thing, it changed the trajectory of my life. If you ever heard of the quote from the movie The Fantastical Mr. Fox, he says,
"I don't want to live in a hole anymore, and I'm going to do something about it."
This is exactly what that moment felt like. I realized that purpose is not simply just going to fall into my lap. If you want to find meaning, you have to look for it. You are lost, you need direction. You want direction, you need a guide. Purpose is that guide. You want purpose, you need meaning. How do we find meaning? You think there is no meaning in life anywhere, but what if meaning is everywhere? We are the catalyst for purpose. Purpose cannot thrive without us, but because we spend most of our time inward, we are unable to see the world in an outward perspective. The universe works in a complex order that we have yet to piece together, but we understand that it's there. We have impact on something bigger than ourselves, whether you realize it or not. If you want to find meaning, the best place to look is where you're already interested in. The books you read, the music you like to listen to, the movies you like to watch. These are all things that you gravitate toward. So if you're still a little unsure of what you're interested in, look in those. Your search history is usually a good place for that as well. Hobbies. I know this is very generic information. Typically, hobbies require you learning a new skill of some sort, but it's in the process of learning this skill that you find something that you actually like to do. So if you like watching movies, why not start researching on the components on what makes a good movie? You don't have to be Stanley Kubrick or anything, but getting to know the components of it could probably elicit you to start your own mini project. If you don't have a hobby and you're interested in getting one, I have a link below that gives you a list of hobbies that you can try out in your spare time. After you've learned this skill, you can choose to provide others with value with it, whether that be sharing information with a community that shares the same interests with you. This can also make new connections within your life and more relationships. You can even just give it out to the public. You do not have to profitize your skill. You can do this just because you enjoy it. Lastly, showing gratitude makes you more aware of the world. and makes you appreciate the beautiful moments that happen within your life, no matter how small or mundane you think it is. Gratitude is a way to find internal happiness. It is the most important point. Life is not stagnant. You need your low days to differentiate it from the days where you feel best. You need the both of them to have a fulfilling life. When you are unable to recognize the experience that you have for what they are, you will never even acknowledge the difference. To learn these skills, focus is an extremely important factor. Without focus, you will be unable to immerse yourself in the process, giving you a lower quality experience. By following this framework, you will be able to have more fulfillment in your life, gain greater opportunities and experiences, a contentment within yourself, and purpose in your life. And remember, the meaning of life is whatever you ascribe it to be. Being alive is the meaning.